Welcome to another episode of the Larry Ohh Show. My co-host to the left of me.
It's John Phelps.
And we have a very special guest today. By the way, my name is Larry Ohh. This is an FL Studio podcast. We talk everything FL and music production related. Our special guest today is also from Rhode Island, also a vivid, what's that word?
Valedictorian?
No, like somebody that uses something avid. Ooh.
He's an avid user.
That's why I blocked
FL
that name
Studios.
I blocked that word out of my vocabulary because
Yes.
it's a competitor. We don't like
Avid.
I was thinking the same
Can't
you
even
made.
say it.
You triggered me. But our special guest, I'll let you introduce yourself.
I go by Atto Pilot. I'm a producer and engineer. I love Fruity Loop Studio.
Full-time FL user. Use it for everything.
Yeah, we're keeping it FL, right? They changed it. Yeah.
Use it for everything, right? Use FL for recording, mixing, mastering, production, because you kind of do it all too.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like
I've
how
dabbled in the competitors, but
yeah. I mean, we all have. We all have.
you got my heart.
Yep. How long you been using FL for?
Oof. I started like pretty young. I want to say like 15 years, like solid, just
Nice.
like not.
So you
not
got in
folding.
early too. You got in on like
Yeah.
what
I
FL?
think like 9.
Really? 9?
9, yeah. Actually,
I would have thought it
XXL,
would have been like before that. Damn, that
Like,
shows you how long
probably,
I've been using it. Because when I think 15 years, I'm thinking like maybe 6, 7.
Yeah,
But 9?
7 was
7?
Yeah, when
7
it
was out?
It was an XXL when they used the.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. XXL, bro.
Remember that?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Unlock
I forgot all
memory
about that,
banks.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
like look up that logo and everything because I forgot all about that
Larry Ohh
when they
edition.
did the XSL.
Yeah, that's like digging deep into the archives.
Yeah,
with that,
bro.
you know?
Yep.
That's when they had you remember the guitar? I can't
guitar?
find it. Yeah.
What the guitar plugin?
Yeah.
Slayer?
Yeah, they still got it.
Oh yeah, they still got it. It's horrible as ever.
Yeah.
It's even
They
worse.
haven't updated
It's
it
even
since.
worse
I'm
than
pretty
you
sure
think.
everyone's like abused that one.
We talked about that one time on the pod too. Like we were like, yo, if we should do like our favorite
Trash
plugins.
that plugin.
Yeah,
Trash
we should,
that plugin.
yeah, that's a good one. Guess
Trash
that
that
plugin.
plugin. Take
Trash
it
that
back.
plugin. That's good, bro.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Trash that plugin.
I mean,
dude.
that's my first pick is
Right.
Slay. All right,
Smash or pass, dude.
impromptu
Trash or
impromptu game show. Impromptu game show.
Yeah.
Trash that plugin. We got guess this plugin. Now we got trash that plugin.
Yeah,
Let's start
so
it
you
off.
hear it and you just like get out of here
So
with that.
can I just not say Slayer then? I guess because Slayer would be number one. It would
Yeah,
always be.
number
Yeah.
one
All
trash.
right, so like, all right, so
That's a
you go
unanimous.
first. Trash that plugin. If you had to trash one plugin in FL Studio, what would it be?
Oh man. All right, some of y'all gonna hate me for this, like vividly.
Vividly.
Maximus.
Maximus?
Yeah, for me.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, wow.
Why?
I don't like or is it the limiter? Whichever one has like a terrible gate for me. Yeah.
There's no good gate, and especially like according to Frank Pohl when we had him on, he's
Yes.
like FL has no good gates, and the gate in the limiter is horrible.
Yeah. When there's an update that like fixes it, then I'll be like,
Yeah.
Yes.
So Maximus, the
Maximus
mastering
for me,
plugin,
yeah.
Maximus, get rid
I
of
mean,
it.
it has some beautiful parts of it.
Yeah,
but
it's got some
Yeah.
good presets.
yeah.
I'm not mad.
I sound like a big hater. I'm sorry.
No, because I'm not mad at that because I'm not a vivid Maximus user.
No, but there's
I'm gonna
that
keep
word
doing
out
it.
the
I'm
whole-
gonna keep doing
the
it.
vivid you.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
I did it on purpose. But listen, I won't.
It's like that snack you shouldn't be eating, but you like.
Yeah. I won't. I'm not like. I don't go to Maximus a lot, really, to
Yeah.
be honest. So if we got rid of that and that was gone, I wouldn't be completely mad at it,
Yeah.
to be honest. I really wouldn't.
I'd find another way around, like, because
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
use Maximus for like some mastering stuff.
Yeah.
But if there was another way to, I mean, there's a ton of ways to master something.
I've
so-
always been, when it comes to mastering, I've always been like multiple plugin
Yeah,
guy
for
with
sure.
that stuff. So like
Yeah.
an all-in-one thing. What I don't know. The only thing I maybe have gone to Maximus for is like, don't they have a de-esser inside of there? Like they
yeah,
have a de-esser
multi-band,
preset.
de-esser.
Yeah.
So I might use the de-esser preset, but now that like between the Frank Pohl patcher presets and the ones that they already have in there, the Ulean or whatever the hell they
Yeah.
are, I don't need that. I go to those for a de-esser stock wise anyway.
It could be because we go way back with FO. So
Yeah.
we're just like, don't change on me.
Yeah, for real, for real. But if you get rid of Maximus, I think I know what you're gonna say anyway, so I won't say it. I'll say it after.
What?
Trash that plugin.
Trash that plugin.
What plugin's gone? I think I know your answer.
Drum roll.
Trash that plugin.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I'd
they're
probably
pretty good.
trash Soundgoodizer.
I knew it. That's what I knew.
I would trash Soundgoodizer, bro. Get that shit.
Yeah, and the thing, and what I was gonna say is, And why I stopped myself is because if you get rid of Maximus, Soundgoodizer is gone because all the presets inside Soundgoodizer are Maximus presets.
Yeah.
So if you get rid of Maximus, Soundgoodizer is gone automatically.
Right.
Hey, 2 for 1.
Yep.
Yeah,
2 for
right.
1 deal.
Get
Get
that
them out.
Soundgoodizer out of here.
Get 'em
I
outta
just
here.
think it's just trash. It doesn't work for anything unless you're trying to make it sound comically bad.
Yeah.
So you, Otto, you run a studio,
Yes.
and like you said, you record and everything in there. How long have you been recording into FL for? Because, you know, like, obviously you've been using it for 15 years, so you know when it was not great at recording, but now, obviously, it's probably 100 times better than it ever has been.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember the specific time that I guess it was. I don't know if it was always available to record on it.
I don't think at the beginning, I don't
have been
think
like 11 or
but we're
something, right?
talking years and years and years ago, you couldn't record audio into it.
Yeah, only on Edison, I think.
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, if Edison was back then, because I started on FL3 or 3 or 4. I think it was 3, and I wasn't even thinking about recording then. So I'm not 100%. If I was recording audio back then, it was Adobe Audition.
Yeah. Oh, so you were messing with the Minecraft FL.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
straight
bro.
blocks.
Yeah, the legacy
But
blocks.
yes, I love them.
Yep.
I miss them.
I remember when you could go back, you could switch them if you
Yeah.
wanted to turn them on. It was around FL9 or 10, I believe, because I had to look this up. We talked about it before. And I had to look it up, and I think it was 9 or 10 where they did a major update, and it was gone.
But
And
they
then
still
I
had it,
freaked out. I was like, "Yo, where the hell are the legacy blocks?"
are my
Where are these-
blocks?
I didn't call them legacy blocks, but they're like, "Yo, what happened to my playlist?"
Mhm.
And then I had to like dig deep. I was
Yeah,
searching
I think that was the
forums.
thing at the time too. Like some of the I think even Reason Propeller, they had the blocks at the bottom. I don't know if
Did they?
still have that? Yeah.
I don't
No,
know,
but no, it was kind of like the layout was like. I mean, it looked pretty cool. Was Reason?
Yeah, I
Very
think
colorful.
Reason was the same way. It had the
Really?
block.
I never
set up
used Reason
that.
like that. I tried it, and that was like a whole different language. I remember, you know, we're talking local guys. You guys know Frank Fitted. He used to try to put me onto Reason way back in the day, and I was like, bro, I can't do it. He's like, you got to get off FL, bro. You got to get off.
Dang.
Back then, he was like, you
He
got to
was
try
a FL
Reason.
naysayer.
He was.
Whoa.
Back
Look
then,
at
he
us
was. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. Best DAW in the world. Nah, but for real, it was back then. Everybody was on other things besides FL. Like if you had been making beats for a couple of years or
You were
even
on
a
FL.
year, like you most likely you weren't on FL. You were MPC.
Oh, true,
You
yeah.
were Reason. Maybe you were Pro Tools. Maybe you were Logic because Logic has been around for a long time too. But
Yeah.
FL was at like the bottom of the barrel back then.
Yeah.
That
It
was the
nobody
narrative for a
using it.
while was that FL wasn't a good like DAW for making beats because people weren't hip to it. And then I feel like it was just like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Soulja Boy probably brought that in. If we're gonna be honest,
he's one
like
of them.
the-
Yeah.
He
Lex Luger.
probably brought that
Yeah.
back in with like the, you know, just the crank that beat.
All it took was for somebody big or somebody to get big off of using that and have it be known that that's what they used
Yeah.
for to just change the entire culture. And then from there, it's like, all right, so now you're influencing not only producers that are like in the industry, but like now a whole influx of like brand new producers that are coming in the game and they're like, yo, what do I use? What do I use? Oh, Soulja Boy used FL. Ooh, Lex Luger used
Lex
FL. I gotta
Luger.
try FL. If I want to make beats like that, I gotta use FL.
Yeah, I think around to refer back to your question to properly answer it. I think like what I saw one day I updated it. I mean, I was using a unregistered version, unfortunately, at the time.
Straight
now,
to jail.
now I got
Straight to jail.
Now I got a legit version.
We got 'em,
It's been-
boys.
It's been a handful of
We got him.
years.
All right, wrap it up. Come on in.
And
Congrats. We got him.
Here's Josh,
we got him, boys.
from Image Line. He's coming in.
comes
He's gonna come in like Chris Hansen.
the handful of papers.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Hey, I gotta be
Too
honest
much.
about it. I loved it that much. But yeah, so
It says here you
it says you were registered. Well, no, you'll find my name.
What are these reg keys you have here?
It's just the
What were you
download
planning on
folders,
doing
like
with
10 of them.
those? Were you planning on Team Air? What'd you plan on
Air,
doing with all
ooh.
these Team Air reg keys?
Throwback. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I seen the record thing. I was like, okay,
Yep.
dope. I thought you record the MIDI.
Yep.
But now it's like the actual record button where you can select the audio.
Yeah.
And like all that the automation. I was like, oh snap, that's dope. I tried it out and I'm like, I don't got.
So what were you recording into before FL? Or was that like where you
It
introduced the
was-
recording like when you started
Oh
using
my
it?
god, you remember Cool Edit?
Cool Edit, yeah.
Cool
It was Adobe
Edit.
Audition.
Yeah,
Yo.
Adobe bought it.
Oh, yeah. So
Adobe bought it.
Cool Edit and Pro Tools.
Yep.
I had it on a chunky computer I had in my room, and I would just like have the USB mic.
Mhm.
No, the aux. Trash.
Bro, I know, like a
Recording
regular
for
headphone
garbage.
mic, a headphone thing, yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm here like, like
Yeah.
trying to rap.
Yeah, bro.
I stuck to producing. Yeah, that's how
Bro.
it started there.
That's crazy because that's like almost the same journey as me.
Yeah.
I used Cool Edit because I had a Nextel back in the day. Show my age real quick. I had a Nextel, and I used to want to. I had to figure out how to put custom ringtones on it because I didn't want to pay for them. So I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, how are people making ringtones?" You would literally go to these like pop up like mom and pop like cell phone stores, and they would know how to do it, and they would charge you X amount of dollars to put ringtones on. So I was like, I don't want to be doing that, right? And I was like, yo, I got to figure out how they're doing it. They're doing it. What's
Yeah.
special, right? It's nothing special. So I got Cool Edit Pro, and I started chopping audio, right? I started like figuring out like how to like what format you had to export them in,
Right.
and then I would
yeah.
put them on the Nextel, and I would have my own custom ringtones. And from there, I started. Then when I hadn't even been into music yet, so at that time,
Right.
not even close to being involved
This
in
is
music.
pre-music. Yeah.
Pre-music, yeah, pre-music. So I knew nothing about
Prehistoric
nothing.
Larry.
Yeah.
You was just like, I want a fart for a ringtone.
For real, that pretty much. I'm like, yo, how do I get this Dipset song on there?
Just take it out your back pocket.
That's what it was, bro. Like, yo, I got this Joel Santana song. I need to put it on
yeah.
my phone now. How do I do it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yep.
That's what it was. And then I got into making beats on FL. That was the first thing, I got introduced to. And then I wanted to start recording. I got around a couple of friends like, yo, I want to record. Like, yeah, I have this program I used to use, Cool Edit.
Yeah.
And then come to find out the same program I had, I couldn't find an update. The reason why I couldn't find an update, I think, was because Adobe bought it. So it was called Adobe Audition. I got Adobe Audition. I was recording into that. It was a pain. It wasn't great because it was meant for like radio shows, like radio stations were
Right.
using that. It wasn't really meant to like record songs on. It
Yeah,
just
for
wasn't meant for it.
broadcast.
You know that.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like, and then from there I started using Cubase to record, and then FL,
Ooh.
and then strictly FL.
I dipped into Cubase for a little bit.
Yep,
It's not for me.
not for you.
I mean, it's cool.
It's more.
I like
it's similar to Pro Tools in a sense.
I think they have it's like a mix box or something like that.
I don't know what
Like,
Mixbox
you can master on it.
Really?
Mark, you're a Cubase guy, right?
What's Mixbox?
Yeah.
It's
Mixbox.
like I don't know if it's like a plugin you can buy off of them or something, but I seen it.
No.
There's like in the Latin community. There's a reggaeton producer. He goes by Nasty.
Mhm.
He's like a legend. I think his engineer uses it. If it has something like that, I'm all in. Because like
Mixbox? What is
I think
it?
I think it's called
It's-
Mixbox or something. Or I don't know if it's a third party plugin, but I seen it.
Is it
but
for mastering or like?
But yeah, like if it was like a pop up instead of like mixing on like the actual like right there where your project is. Because I mean, I get lazy sometimes. Sometimes I won't even like stem it out, and I'll just like master or mix my own stuff. But if like it's just a window that opens up and you just do your thing,
Yeah,
like it doesn't like use up all your CPU.
yeah.
That's my current.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Have you used any of the newest FL features, like the cloud stuff, or any like the new update
The cloud,
stuff?
yeah, I used a couple loops. I forgot the dude's name. They have like a producer pack. Like,
Yeah.
the producers like make their own packs and stuff.
Yeah, Hit Boy just made one. We talked about
I
that
remember
last
Hit Boy.
week. Yeah,
I think it was like drums or something like that.
yeah. I think he's got melody loops in there too.
hmm
And the mastering, have you tried out the mastering?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I was with a client and I was like, "Hey, there's a new thing. You want to
Yeah.
try it out?" I'm like, I ain't gonna charge you. I just want to try it out. I haven't
Yeah.
used it, but you let me know what you think about it because you listen to your own stuff and then it's just like you hear what you think you hear, and
Mhm.
the person that's like paying you is gonna be like, "Hey, that ain't it."
Mhm.
So he heard it and he was just like, "I like the FO one." I was like, "I ain't mad."
What did you choose for? Like, you know how you can choose the settings in there?
It was, I think, a hip hop track,
Mhm.
and I used the hip hop. Then it has like A and B, like settings, so you
Like
can
a
compare it.
preset, like a mastering preset?
Yeah,
So you have a
there's-
preset.
So in the automatic mastering window, you can pop open. See, I don't know if this beta has it, but for the people at home, I'm just gonna export like nothing right now just to show,
Yeah.
and just so I can tell you. Oh, you know what? I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna work because I
You
might
know-
have to get the cloud on here.
Isotope, how it has you can do like an A and B reference.
Yeah, yeah.
So it basically has that. You can do like let's say if it was hip hop and pop, like, but you kind of like you're in between sounds. You're like, which one might sound better for me? It'll kind of like lay it out
Parallel
for
them.
Yeah.
you. Yeah, so
Parallel
you can like
blend
click
them.
through it. The original,
Interesting.
the
I
hip
And you
hop,
can
the
toggle
pop.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
it's
you.
dope like that. You know what? There was. Let me see if I can pull it up. If I can't, I can't. I gotta download it.
You can put a pattern and just like drop it. I think.
No, I think on this laptop it hasn't gotten it yet. You know how
Oh, yeah?
you have to download it separately.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when the first time you click on it, it's downloading now. But
My thing with like a lot of those stylistic presets is it takes like a profile from one specific song or something, or
Yeah.
like, and it just it's like a one size fits all approach that I just don't think doesn't work with a lot of like your own mixing and mastering.
that's kind of what I was gonna like talk about a little bit. Like I think if they were to make an update to this feature, is they should allow you to sort of like how Lander's automatic AI mastering is, and how like a couple other plugins like Master Plan, like they have the presets there, but you can tweak a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
So if they added some features in like that, where you're allowed to now say, all right, here's your preset automatic master, you A/B it, right? Listen to it. But now, do you want to make any tweaks? Here's the tweaks that you can make. Even if there's like another drop down that says, all right, you want to pull back on the limiting, you want to go up on the limiting, you want to do some soft clip in here, you want to do some EQ, some low, like, you know, whatever. Some surgical EQ here and there, maybe like on some.
Just so you can kind of take the different parameters and dial them back a bit, because your kicks are going to be hitting differently than maybe what they based that preset along.
And I don't
you know
think
what I'm
that
saying?
technology is listening in like that on that level. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
notice like, all right, this peak is coming in at this, and this is a kick drum. You know, I don't think the technology is picking those little things out and saying, this thing that's clipping right here is a kick. So because the AI knows that it's a kick, it's going to do X, Y, and Z to this master. It's not doing that. It's
once
just
the AI, I think, gets more integrated in,
Yeah.
then it'll be like more adapted to what your thing is actually doing.
Yeah, like the Lander one. I think the Lander one is doing something like that though. I think it's
like
it's more
EQ type of thing.
Yeah, because bro, like the CPU that this thing takes up is like, my computer's good, and this thing's like slowing my shit down like to a crawl sometimes. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on right now?
Yeah.
And it's like
that crackling.
Yeah, it's crackling because it's analyzing. So I think you have to like play it in real time and then hit analyze. And when it's analyzing it, it's like slowing down. Maybe it's because I was screen recording at the time too, but I'm not 100% positive. But it was definitely,
And if you're
it was definitely like listening and learning what was going on in the song.
Have you noticed any difference if it's like MIDI versus printed sounds?
I haven't gotten into it that much to be able to tell. It was definitely a mix because it was I think it was a full song with vocals that I also made the beat for. So it's like all of my VSTs going on at once, all of the plugins that are being mixed, and then audio clips. So
that CPU sweating.
Yeah, but my thing, my computer's really usually good. It's usually fine. Yeah, the mastering is very minimal. It's just the regular export settings that you have. On top of that, it's just like a few extras, just like you said, like you can choose the references. You can choose an A and a B reference, and then you could choose the LUFs, which I never pay attention to.
LUFs? Oh yeah.
I don't honestly, like,
You loves to see it.
do you pay attention to LUFs?
Sometimes, honestly,
I don't,
if it's
bro.
loud enough.
No, that is.
If it's loud enough, it's loud enough. It's good.
Yeah, if it's not distorting or like
Yeah.
it
Or
causes pain in my
distorting a
ears.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you want it. That little,
Yeah. I've been getting into mastering like just like a one track. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Really?
the way. Yeah,
That's
just
hard
the
for
way
me, bro.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it took a little bit, but once it gets to a certain mix where like I like it, what I like to do is just print it. So that way, like, have the song done, the mix sounds the way that I want it to.
Yeah.
So that way it either sounds good or it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I'm doing too much mastering like excessively in the session, I'll want to go back into stuff and just be like, oh, let me re-level that instead of like keeping it at a
mess
spot
up the
where
whole mix.
Yeah.
Because if one thing, if
we were working
all the
on
kicks,
some.
oh, man, the
we were
kicks
working
were-
on some music in 2023. Was Dog
Yeah.
in 2023? And we had a song called Black Metal that we must have gone through like eight different mixes of, where it was just like trying to make every little bit hit. And with a lot of that in the session, you're just like going back in, and you're like, oh, I like the feeling from this one, and like you have to like
it would sound clutch in the room, and then we'll do the car test.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, no, that ain't it. Let's go back.
Yeah.
We probably did it like for a whole day. We spent the whole day there, just like,
yeah,
I gotta go to work, but let's try to do this fast.
Yeah.
So
it might have done
a few
like
sessions.
eight mixes on that one song.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like that with
So
some.
you can imagine what they were labeled.
Yeah, final, not
final, not almost
JK.
there.
Yeah, I never put final in my titles and like in the file types because I'm just like it's never
final.
Yeah.
Even
But
when
you
upload it.
put me on to just putting the date in there.
That's why. Yeah, I don't know how I just started doing it or
the
when I
date-
started doing it, but I still do that to this day. I'll
Yeah,
just
the
put
date is the
on
good
it.
way to do it to
Yeah.
me because then I can remember. Oh, this was Monday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's a good way to do it. That way, you know, you're not stuck with it. Number one, it just makes everything more organized.
Yeah.
Number two, like you said, the whole final thing. What are you going to do final? And then you listen to it and you're like, damn, it's not the final. So now I named that one final. I'm naming this
Right.
final 1.2, 1.
Right.
You know, like then you're stuck in a rabbit hole of finals.
One time,
Accidentally save on the last final. No. Where's it at?
You know how I would master sometimes too? Before I started, once my computer could handle it, I just started mastering within the original session. I'm not exporting anything now, right? But when my computer just really couldn't handle it, I tried the one wave, giving myself headroom, putting it back in as one thing, right? Mastering it like that. Then I found myself having to go back so many times and tweak the mix. Then I was like, all right, I think I learned this one from Ali, Mixed by Ali. What he would do when he would master is he would export like 4 stems for the whole song.
Yeah.
So he'd have all the vocals in one, all the instruments in another one, all the drums in one, and the bass in another one.
Yeah.
And then master like that.
Split it that way.
Split it like that. So that way, if the drums, you have way more freedom, but you still have that same sound that you had like before you exported the whole thing as like a one wave file or whatever the hell it was, you know?
Yeah.
So I used to master like that, and I found that was the most effective way to get the cleanest master for me before I started doing it all in FL.
I think like where you run into trouble if you're trying to master like a 1-track thing, where you can run into trouble is if you're using plugins like Maximus or other ones that add like a lot of character.
Yeah,
to
master
it.
was sound goodizer, bro.
Exactly. Just throw it on the master track. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Oh, brother, I've seen it too. Like it's
Oh,
like it's a mess. But you know, just like with like, and another thing about Ali is, I mean, when you are mixing your stuff in mono, then when you send it stereo and you have that final like, you know, waveform, that's at least going to be so much closer to how you want it to sound mix wise that when you master it, which is just bringing it up to that, you know, 0 dB, it's like close enough to where hiking up the volume that much is not going to like shoot up any sort of like muddiness that you might overdo if you use like a plugin that has a ton of character. Like some of the Maximus presets have so much character that they add into the whatever, and it's boosting up like every single frequency in there. Like Sound Goodizer, you know, like it, you know, it Maximus and Sound Goodizer are like that.
It's literally
It just
pulling
hikes
from
everything
that.
up.
Yeah.
The
It
all-in-ones
just
be
hikes
tough,
everything
though.
up.
Like they sometimes they'll make it difficult. Sometimes you want because you like the way something sounds before you even touch anything. You throw the all-in-one like plug-in. I feel like sometimes, or most of the time for me, like it just destroys what I already did. Because like I'll everything I'll have is like mixed, laid out, or laid out, mixed, leveled, like pretty much where it's like, okay, it sounds like clean, it sounds crisp, but then when I throw like one of them all-in-one plugins,
Right.
like it just like it does more than what I needed to do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
I think the all
Even like ozone stuff, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to. I wouldn't want to use the all-in-one ozone stuff. Even though like when I got put onto that back in the day, that's how people were using it. I'm like, I can't get it to sound right with with everything in one. So I would like, they would also give you the individuals of it. So I would use the individuals, and then I even found myself. The thing is with the all-in-one, when everything's there, right, and you don't really know what you're doing at that time, because that's probably why you get an all-in-one, because you're like, all right, maybe this will help me learn mastering more. But like at that time, like I got to use everything in here.
yeah.
Right,
So then
right,
you start
right.
using everything that's in there, and you might not need to use every single feature that it has in there.
The
So then I found
all-in-ones
myself
work
doing
for like a stylistic kind of thing. Like I think that they work more on like individual instrument packs and things like that, like within a frequency range. And during the creative process, they can work wonders.
Yeah.
But when you're using it as like a mastering tool, I think that that's where it like doesn't do as good as just something like that, you know, is more subtle.
I've encountered a couple people and even like researching, kind of like looking for like, okay, what's an alternative to like using all-in-ones, or just using like lessening how much I'm using on like the master chain, and like people like Ozone, like the older Ozones. I'm like, they work pretty dope. So when they got when they started getting fancier, trying to be like more innovative, it's like, you're ruining it.
You're ruining
it.
Yep. I don't mind some of the all-in-one stuff. There's this one plugin that I came across, Vocal Shaper. It's new, and it's like a vocal chain in a plugin, and that one I don't mind at all for vocals. I just started using it recently. I like that one. I also have like a few other plugins on the side, like not so that way that one's not overloaded, because we talk about that, like not overloading one plugin with everything. But this one, I like preset, tweak a few things, and it sounds like a whole vocal chain on it. That's pretty fire. So I would do like an EQ at the beginning of it. I would throw Vocal Shaper on there, and then I would put a limiter at the very end of it, like the FL limiter.
Yeah.
And then
what are
just
you putting on your vocal chain?
Vocal chain, it's a mix. If I'm I like you've seen like some of the stuff. Like I like to start with like the stock like EQ2.
Yep.
Then I realized I had like the linear, the phasing. It caused a delay on mine, but I stopped using it because at the time I was like, oh, let me just put it on. I just it became a habit of just like pressing buttons. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah,
so I'm like working fast, trying to be like, and then I realized, oh, then I left that on, and that's why the mix sounds, dookie sometimes. But yeah, so like I'll do like a EQ once in a while, depending on like the style of the song. I'll do a
stock.
Yeah, it's a stock plugin.
Wouldn't be soft clipper.
Soft clipper, yeah.
Soft clipper.
Yeah, I'll do like a soft clipper on it, depending on like the style of vocal.
Yep.
If it's like a gritty hip hop, or like someone like wants to scream.
Yep.
On a track, I'll do that. I usually put it on drums.
Yeah, on drums it's fire.
Then I'll throw a limiter. I started using 2 limiters. One to kind of like lightly, bring it up, and then the other one to actually like limit it.
Yeah, like clip it almost,
clip it,
like yeah.
So it'll be like a mix. It's not the same every time. I'll throw in a like a preset of like it's literally just EQs, compressors, and like a soft clipper, and some de-essing. I like fab filter, depending on the vocal. But I started like learning. You can just roll off the top.
Yep.
Roll off the top and you're chilling.
Right.
Yeah.
And you'll
real basic.
have an artist in there tracking with that.
So for every artist, or even an engineer, like I'll make sure I save the last thing they did. As a reference, or like the last thing we did, I'll save it and I'll start using that just to, and keeping note of like what note or key the song is in, so that when I'm touching up their vocals, or like however, if they're being loud or being soft, I have like a version of the preset, like,
nice,
like low, highs, mid, side, like or like stereo.
Yep.
Yeah. So it all depends on. What the
you know what else I started using a lot since we had him on is the Frank Pole Patcher stuff, bro. I feel like you literally do not need anything. You do not need to buy a plugin ever again.
Right.
If you use like some, I'm telling you, bro. I swear. I'm using 100%. Remember back like when we were in the studio a lot. My vocal chain was like a lot of wave stuff, right? And for like 10 years straight, it was the same thing. It was like an EQ, SSL, CLA, maybe another EQ, and then maybe a limiter. And I might be forgetting like a de-esser somewhere in there, right? But that was it. So I had a mix. It was like half and half, third party, half stock. Now it's 100% stock. I just started messing with the Vocal Shaper, but before that, 100% stock mix between like stock EQs, patcher presets, and it's crazy. Between even the ones before, like I got Frank Pole's stuff, the ones that are already in there is enough. You just get to dig a little bit in there. It has like 1 knob compressors, 1 knob limiters.
For you,
a bunch of a handful of DSs, 2 different DSs, I think. A ton of stuff in there that you legit don't need to buy a plugin.
That's the big part I think that's important. I was kind of thinking about this earlier, where it's like there's so many tools that are out there, and so many like sort of like I don't know, they're almost like tools, but people are like kind of using them as hacks. It's like you got to really get into what the thing is that you're trying to be proficient in. And it's not going to be enough to just like, throw a preset on or throw an all-in-one on, or like use a chord generator to like create, you know, your music and stuff. Like you really will benefit from digging a little deeper into what each thing is doing and why it's giving you the thing that you like. And then as you get more and more proficient in what you're doing and you're more of a vivid user of things.
I've got it, brought it back.
But I like how we changed the word, though. You know what we mean.
Yep. But like you know, that's what separates like the people that are really doing this from people that are screwing this. You know what I'm saying? Like people like really getting into it.
I've seen the way both y'all work, and it's like it's more than just like a job or like just even loving it. It's an art form. It's like
bro.
You figure out what the
sure.
what the complementary plugin goes with, like a certain sound, or
For sure.
because you could use like a whole rock chain on like a hip hop or like an R&B thing and tweak, and you'll never know unless you like, hey, this is what I use. Like,
Right.
what?
Yeah.
Like, you're using a.
It's true.
Because I think with music, it's like it's obviously psychology, a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
But what I always say to people is music is philosophy.
Producer math.
And it trips people up because sometimes they think, oh, you mean psychology. It's like, no, I mean philosophy for real. Music is philosophy because like the why you're doing it is
Camera
just
shut
as
down?
important or equally important. Yeah, I heard the Sony shut down right then. But the philosophy of like why you're doing what you're doing. So like with a song, I'll come in with an idea where it's just like what you just said, like I want to have like the trap drums, but I want it to have like the rock kind of feel or like a pop punk sort of feel or like, and then have it like these elements of it only like lyrically back up what's sonically happening. And that's like the philosophy side of it, you know? And, you know, I think that's what separates people that like really take the shit seriously and people who are just kind of like, you know, people always worry about like the AI stuff, like replacing their place within this music stuff. And it's like, bro, if you're making like corporate shareholder type beats, the AI is going to replace you for sure. But if you're making like music that is, you're putting your soul into it and you and your friends are putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it, AI is not replacing any of that, brother. Yeah. And AI is a wonderful tool. This ain't, you know,
it'll be available, but it's like,
it'll be available.
You solidify your.
It'll be parallel to what people are organically creating on their own. You know.
All right, segue. I know I didn't mention it because we kind of just like we got off running, right? Yeah. We went out quick, right out the gates. But it's keyword time, and we're gonna be choosing 5 people down in the comments to win my entire FL Studio production course suite. Ooh. That's every single course that I've ever done. 5 people in the comments are gonna win it. Today's keyword is vivid. Vivid. Drop it in the comments. 5 people are gonna win my entire course suite. With that being said, I think we can do a fun little game that we've been doing from time to time called Guess That Plugin with the special guest Atto Pilot. It's tough, bro. Yeah. I think I've only gone 1 for 4. He's 0 for 4. Bro, and I don't even know. I just went with my gut one day and I got it.
A few people got the last one. Did you see that with the wacky one? A few people nailed it. I was like, y'all are y'all know your shit.
Yep, for real. It's tough though.
I got nervous that caffeine hit my heart.
All right, so we're doing it through the laptop. It might be a little bit hard to hear, but you'll get the gist of it. So I already had a plugin pulled up, and I'm just gonna hit C. Oh, this is tough. I'll do a chord maybe. Shitty chord. Ooh. Multiple choice, so it's not like
okay.
It is tough.
I had to guess real quickly. Go, man.
No, we do the multiple choice.
Pull it out of the air, bro.
Yeah, bro. It would have been. It's hard. It's almost impossible with the multiple choice. But I mean, you have like a 33% chance of getting it versus like 0 with if you don't do multiple choice. I have 0% chance. All right. So is it A, Toxic Biohazard, B, Kepler, or C, GMS?
Oh, I see that. Now you got me here. Dang. Ooh. Something's telling me Kepler.
You got it.
Yeah.
He got it, yo. He got it.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. First time guest.
Hey, yo.
First time
Guess.
guest. Wow, that's big.
Dang.
I'm all like hyping it up like this is the hardest thing. This is the hardest thing you're ever gonna do in your life.
Yes.
And he gets it.
It has a dope sound. I love Kepler. I've been using it to.
And I chose like a random like preset in there too. What is it? The Accuteron preset.
Well.
And that's a new plugin too, bro.
Yeah.
And you got it.
Dang.
I've been messing with it.
Yeah.
It's cool for like if you want to like do like a wannabe like Pharrell sound. I've been messing with it.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
I messed with it a couple times. I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 beats where I used it
Yeah.
for some like lead stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've been like utilizing.
Have you seen the Kepler XO?
Yeah,
It's in beta still, I
yeah.
think. Though.
I recently
Did you get
downloaded it.
beta?
I looked at it. I said, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah.
Then I was like,
No presets yet though.
"Yeah."
And I did. Remember we talked about that? How there was no presets in it.
But can you make your own?
Yeah. Right now you could definitely make your own
Oh,
preset, make your own like patch or whatever.
yeah. It was
But,
something good to look at. I was like,
Yeah.
"Can't do nothing with this."
Yeah, you can't do anything. I can't. I'm like, oh man, I don't have
Yeah.
the brain power right now to do this. But I did read that inside the forum that they are coming. It just they made like a point because I bet a bunch of people
Right.
were saying
Yeah.
the same thing. It says there is no presets yet. There will be a
damn.
ton of presets, I'm sure, but because right
For
now they
sure.
probably just introduced the plugin
Yeah.
and now the team is probably creating
That
their
was a
own.
good tease. I'm just,
Yeah.
Right.
Bro,
right.
It
it's
looks
crazy.
dope.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is the
A lot of options.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of options in there. All right, so I have a plugin for you, John, pulled up.
Yeah, here we
Let
go.
me choose a preset real quick. We're gonna do guess that plugin, and let's see. All right, I got one. Want a chord, maybe?
Sure. Icy.
All right. Is that enough? Or you want to hear more?
That's enough.
All right, multiple choice. Let me see. All right. Is it A, Ogun, B, Harmer, or C, Sakura? Had to throw you off there a little bit.
Play it again. All right, what were my options though?
Your options?
Yeah, what would you say?
Damn it, you're gonna do this to me, man.
Yep.
Damn it, he's trying to
He's trying to get me. What were the options? What'd you say?
He went AI on you. He's analyzing.
All right.
yeah, I'm analyzing, bro.
Damn. I can't remember what the second option was. Obviously, you know now. That's not it.
Ooh.
Got me. It was Ogun, or it was
Oof.
Damn, what the hell was the other option?
I remember the first one.
Eat it. Harmer? Ogun, Harmer, or Sakura?
Was it Armor?
Nope. 0 for 5.
Yeah.
Insert the Price is Right wrong sound.
Wrong.
What was it? Ogun?
It was Sakura.
Sakura. Wow.
Sakura.
shit.
Is it Sakura or Sakura? I've always battled
Tomato,
with this.
potato.
Potato. Tomato, carrot.
Tomatoes, apples.
All right, so now it's my turn. So who wants that? You wanna do the honors?
Give them the.
Yeah, give them the honors.
Hell yeah.
Take your time. If you gotta, if we can chat amongst ourselves.
Make sure this wire don't
Yeah.
disconnect.
Yep, it's all good. It's just power. There's no video going anywhere right now. It's just screen recording. So you're good.
You can see from there. Help me out.
Or no, you ask. Yeah, you
Oh.
can help them out. So you're asking me anyway. So if I don't, I'm not seeing it.
All right.
So you're good.
Let me see.
But
How good are your ears?
not that great, bro. I'm old. I'm old. So they're getting worse and worse by the day.
What?
Huh?
I just give you use a
No,
low frequency.
although my wife says that I have like stupid good hearing because I'll notice something in the house. Like if I'm in the house,
Yeah.
and this is probably has something to do with why maybe I got into music. Just like even just the thing that I never even really noticed, but now I'm thinking of it. Now that my wife mentions it to me, she's like, how did you hear that? I didn't hear that. And this is me after years of being in a band and having amps on stage and guitars and being in the back of a drum kit,
Yeah.
the loudest environments you could be in. and my hearing, like I can still hear like if the water is running in another part of the house, or if say like the dryer's on upstairs, or there's another one that's like ridiculous. Oh, I can hear if there's a bass coming out. So I'll be in bed sometimes and maybe the TV downstairs is still on and I can hear the low end in that. And this is like through the fan being on in the room. And I'm like, I asked my wife, I'm like, is the TV on downstairs? I can hear the bass. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, listen, you can't hear that? She's like, no. I'm like, I can hear it. I can hear it.
You just don't hear about like chores.
Yeah. Oh, bro. But if it's plans, she's like,
you took out the trash.
Oh, we got like this function. I got a bridal shower this tomorrow. I'm like, you never told me that.
Yeah, I never heard.
I told you 17 times. That I don't hear. But what I do hear is low frequencies a mile away.
The tiniest violin, a quarter of a mile away.
All right, I think I got one.
All right, cool. All right, give it to me. Oh,
wait, I started with a chord.
That's all right.
Okay, we'll see with the curveball.
Oh, it's dry, so that makes me. All right, play it one more time.
Let's see if I remember the chords.
There's not a lot of plugins that are dry right out the gate. So this is what I'm listening to right now. This is what I'm trying to pay attention to. All right.
2 octaves.
All right. So give me multiple choice.
Sour. SimSynth.
Oh, damn.
Or mini synth.
Damn, you chose, I think, 3 that we haven't chosen yet, really.
The driest of all.
The driest.
The Sahara plugins.
Sahara plugins. Serengeti plugins.
Soar, SimSynth, or mini synth? SimSynth. No?
No.
Damn. Tear.
I'll give you one more guess.
Soar.
No.
Damn. All right, one more chance.
Wait.
Can I get one more chance, please?
Hold on, wait.
One more.
I got it.
No,
I got it.
I customized the sound.
No, wait, I don't.
Citrus.
Yeah, it was mini.
Mini, huh? Wow.
Yeah, it's the mini joint.
I've never gone into that. And I was
Mini's
thinking,
a good one.
I said SimSynth because I'm like thinking, I have a feeling like, damn, that was stupid. I should have said mini synth next because Soar, I think you go in there and almost every sound is wet, has reverb or delay or something on it.
That was the curveball.
Yeah.
He said they sound dry. I'm like, ooh.
You threw me. What are your top 3 favorite instrument plugins that are like in your workflow right now? Stock.
Ooh.
3 stock favorite instrument plugins in FL Studio, like in your workflow.
Wow, that's a great question. Citrus.
Citrus is in there a lot.
The default. Change the octave. Great bass.
That's sine wave bass. I do that with the 3X oscillator if I want like a straight bass that just doesn't
it's
stop.
either one of those for like when it comes to like the sub, just nice and
I love that.
just clean.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
What's another one?
Another one. Right now, I know Kepler.
Kepler. Using that one a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kevlar.
Kevlar.
Kevlar. Hey. That one. Yeah, I like the sounds on that because it's like real funky. Then what's the other one? Sometimes I know I always stick to the regular one, like my usuals. I said Citrus, Kepler. Oof. Those are like my main ones right now. Like I switch them up. Flex.
Yeah. I love Flex, bro. And I recently just got like all the other packs that I didn't have. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's nuts. And I heard a little birdie told me, I can't, without giving out too much information, I think we're getting like some good stuff in Flex.
Okay.
Like some new stuff. I obviously can't. I'll get in trouble. I can't talk about like what it is. That's as far as I can go. Classified information. Yeah. I'm sealed.
X-Files team.
Yeah, but Flex is, I think they're going to be focusing on Flex a lot soon. And I've been waiting for it because I mentioned it before. I'm like, yo, Flex is still to me super underrated as a plugin. And because like sometimes I feel like I hype it up too much, but at the same time I don't. It's literally replaced Omnisphere for me. Like I would go to Omnisphere a lot, and maybe just because I got sick of it, but I'm going to Flex like I used to go to Omnisphere now. I'm opening up Flex in like every single beat that I make.
Yeah.
Every single beat. Even if I don't find something, I'm going to it to see if I can find something for it.
Slaps. Like,
It does.
Just mess with the settings.
Yeah, bro. And the amount of presets and packs that they have in there is crazy.
Yeah.
The new chiptune one, have you tried that out at all?
Yeah.
Hyper Pop.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of them in there. The one that I like a lot is the one that like pops up right at the top because it goes in alphabetical order.
The strings, like the orchestral sounds, like they're pretty nice. I like them.
Oh, bro, they're good.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of them in there,
Yeah.
but they're good. They're realistic. So like you go in there, you want some like real sounding strings.
Right.
Yeah.
They're good. There's some like really good stuff in there.
I thought like a trap beat. I was like, all right, I needed to sound like some Jeezy stuff. I throw that in there, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some like good staccato stuff.
Yeah, staccato. Yeah.
Really good staccato stuff. Let me see if it's in here like by default, but I don't think it is. I think it's a pack that you'd have to download that I don't have time for right now. But they got an 808 pack.
Yeah, I like the 808s.
Mobile,
They slap.
mobile tuned 808 bass. There's a bunch of 808s in here. And you wouldn't normally think about like 808s being in a VST plugin like that.
Right.
But they're good.
Yeah.
That's dope.
They're good. And you know what I would say if you're gonna use them? This is what I did. The couple of times that I've used Flex's 808s is I would sample them into an audio file so I could use them as if I normally use an 808. Because normally when you use an 808, you're pulling in audio and you're not using them in a plugin. I felt limited. You know what I mean? I felt like super limited when I was using it like that. So if I found one that I liked, I'm opening up Edison, chaining it, recording it straight into Edison, just record a C, and then pull it out and use it in the channel rack as if I'm using it like a normal 808.
For sure. Yeah.
Fire, bro. So it's like you have an endless supply of 808s because then you can you use the preset that they have inside of Flex as an 808. You can tweak it.
You can change the waveform too. Almost,
Yeah, you
right?
can change the waveform in there a little bit too. So you go into the macros, you change a little bit about them, record it into Edison, and you got some custom 808s
Fire.
without really having to know much sound design at all.
Right.
So if you're a preset and tweak guy like me, like that's perfect.
Tweaking, bro.
Yeah, because I've used
You tweaking.
what's the other one called?
You tweak me.
Sublab, but you'd have to like really start from scratch basically. But they make it easy.
Yeah.
But with this, you got a ton of 808 presets to mess with, and then you could just kind of go to town on them. But there's this one, the 70s bounce. This is a good. Like if I want stuff that sounds like that, I'm opening that up in this 80s theater. This is the first one. It's called
Yeah, the theater, that one's fire.
Arc Sun Cityscape. I never even paid attention to the name of the pack, but that's what that is. The 80s theater. Like if I want some like big chords like that, I love that one. Slow attack. If I want a faster attack, you just go into the envelope and just speed it up, or the release and decay and whatnot. Yeah.
That's why I love that plugin because of that. Because I don't have to. Not that it was ever an issue, but I can skip having to open up the menu. It's all right there. It's like literally to the right.
Yeah, bro.
You're like, okay. Oh,
it's legit replaced a ton of plugins for me. Mainly Omnisphere.
That's the one.
That's the one, bro. That's if I had to choose like top VST instrument plugin right now, for me it's Flex. It's so dope. It's so versatile because of the packs. I mean, that's why it's legit. Like a new Omnisphere, but it's stock. They should allow third parties to make Flex packs. Like how they allow people to do it with Silent.
Huge.
Remember,
They
you ever use
will.
Silent?
Oh yeah. Of
So
course.
anybody can make Silent packs. I used to get Superstar O's packs all the time.
Yeah.
So third party packs were
Superstar
crazy,
O.
and even Nexus, Nexus you could make third party packs. Imagine what that would open up for people if you could make your own Flex packs.
It's got to get there soon.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just given
Sooner than later.
the landscape and all that and all the change that is happening, it's like only a matter of
That
time.
would be
you know what
insane if they started to allow that, or just like gave people the information on how to do it,
I mean? Right.
and how to like format the sounds. Because I
How
assume
to format it, how to upload it for like a database sort of
yeah,
thing. Mhm.
yeah.
Those
for
submissions
sure.
are
Open up that
flooded.
little door in the back end that people can't get into right now, and I think it's as easy as that.
Right.
It's probably something stupid easy like that.
Yeah, there's some people that like don't even make beats or they even engineer, but they like making sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
that,
Sure.
that like online, like you'll find like off Reddit too. Like there's like communities that are like, hey, I made this pack.
yeah. Huge community on Reddit.
Imagine that just like flooding through Flex.
That would be fire.
That's a flex.
That is a flex.
That
That
would
would
be
be
a
a
flex.
major flex if FL allowed that. Major. Because now imagine, I mean, the
It
opportunity.
just
there
comes
is
down to the
crazy.
IP, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the day, I feel like they're gonna want to make sure that people that are sending their stuff through, you know, the portal, so to speak, are like not gonna be able to be like, yo,
Yeah.
where's all my money? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, there's some red tape to cross with that, but
true.
I don't see it like,
Yeah,
I don't see it being much red tape once they.
I don't think there
the
is.
John
You know what I
Phelps
mean?
pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's endless opportunities.
It'll definitely get
because
there,
that
you
only
know what I mean?
promotes the plugin even more. So now what that does, I'm sure there might be some downsides that I'm not thinking of right now because I'm like an optimistic thinker, especially about stuff that I want like that. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking of the negatives that come along with it. I'm sure like somebody would be able to tell me at FL like we can't do it X, Y, and Z, or they could just say the cons. But another pro for FL. Another pro for FL Studio is the fact that it's promoting Flex even more for them. So now they can say, all right, somebody that didn't have so let's say if I or like another influencer or producer come out and they say, I just made my new Flex pack free, download it, grab it. I don't have Flex though. That producer doesn't have Flex. So now what are you gonna do? You gotta buy the all plugin bundle to get Flex. So now you just made somebody update because their favorite producer just dropped the Flex pack for free. And the only way that you can get Flex is if you upgrade to the all plugin bundle. So now they just upgraded. Now they got Flex. Now you got them in the door to get even more packs through Flex because the Flex packs cost more money one by one, 12, 13 bucks. Sometimes there's a free one here and there. But now you just, you know, you're promoting it even more. You're letting the community do the promoting of this even more now for nothing. That's what happened with Nexus. That's what happened with Silent. That's what happened.
Hey, we got the pack.
Yeah. That being said, I think you know, we're about out of time, but I wanted to thank you for hopping on. That was awesome talking to you about your FL journey and just like chopping it up FL. Let everybody know like where they can find you on socials and whatnot.
On Instagram and YouTube, Atto Pilot, ATTO_PILOT.
There you go. Again,
Appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you, man. And yeah, if you want to drop any socials for anybody listening and watching.
Man, I got some new music out, you know, ITS John Phelps on all socials. And yeah, keep in tune with the Larry Ohh podcast. Let's rock.
Hell yeah. And please, if you haven't, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And as always, share this with a friend if you get me.